good evening, my beauties and bees, and welcome to yet another episode of SciFails. Today, we are going to be looking at another animal video. Last week, I think it was the wind turbines and some bad science about those. But today we got something more in my wheelhouse even, because we're talking about animals, and we're going to stretch. We are going to stretch today. So that's why I'm wearing a stretchy shirt, because we need to stretch, because we are talking about 20 animal hybrids, and we're going to stretch the definition of hybrids to its very, very limit. To its very, very limit, we're going to stretch that. So come along for the ride, if you will, as we do mixed phenomenon. Mixed phenomenon. 20 hybrid animals created by scientists you won't believe exist. Now, there's a couple of things I'm going to say here. First of all, I don't think the majority, some of these things are going to be created by scientists, but the ones that are hybrids really aren't. They're created by animal caretakers, people, farmers and breeders. Some bizarre things about this video that might stand out to you is that we have a channel with 383K subscribers, but this video is from 3 months ago, only has 1.8K views, and only has 2 comments. So, not really churning out their best. And they're using imagery from BBC Earth, but I use imagery from BBC Earth too if I need to. But let's go ahead and see what they have to say about 20 animal hybrids created by scientists. Oy, ay, ay.
In a significant advancement, scientists have successfully developed the first human-animal hybrids, aiming to alleviate the shortage of donor organs.
Almost 2,000 experiments.
Now, this is true, and this is cool that we are working feverishly. We have real scientists working feverishly to create organisms that can produce viable human organs to help the medical field move forward in fighting the things that would be terminal without these innovations.
That we have done with the pig, and we haven't been able to detect a single cell going into the brain.
Also, there have been a lot of hybrids of different animals to meet specific needs. It's essential to note that not all hybrid animals seen online are fake. Some are genuine combinations of different breeds. The history of crossbreeding is
hybrid is not a combination of different breeds. Combination of different breeds is still the same species and not a hybrid. A hybrid is a combination between, at the very least, 2 different species within a genus. Good morning, Gur. Good morning. Remember the 25th of November. Is that a poem? Are we getting poetry from Gur? Did Gur come in here and write poetry for me? I'm going to do like the girl thing and just be like, aw, you got me a poem. Okay, I'm done. Back to the show. Yay.
extensive, and in this video we'll discuss in detail such hybrid animals, assessing their adaptability and success in the real world. Join us as we explore 20 hybrid animals created by scientists. Number 20, wolf dog. Just like the name, this is the crossing of a wolf and a
and it is not a hybrid. I'll explain why, but I'll let them talk for a little
domestic
bit.
dog. Among the various wolf species available for such hybridization, one can consider the red wolf, gray wolf, Ethiopian wolf, and more. However, the gray wolf tends to be the most commonly used in these crossings.
Some of those are species and some of them are not. Let's go back just a second here. Okay, so the red wolf is species, Canis rufus. All right? The coyote is a species, Canis lantris. The rest of the wolves here are subspecies of Canis lupus. Well, the rest of the species that he's going to name. Okay? So let's just keep everything in line here. So Canis lantris and Canis rufus are not species of wolf. So a cross between a coyote and a dog and a coyote and a wolf is a hybrid. A cross between a red wolf and a coyote, a red wolf and a gray wolf, and a red wolf and a dog is a hybrid. A cross between a dog and a gray wolf is not a hybrid. A cross between a dog and a gray wolf is two subspecies of the same species in their breeding, which is not hybridization as we know it. So, but coy dogs are. Wolf dogs are not, unless it's a red wolf, which it's not. It's not ever a red wolf. It's always Canis lupus.
However, the gray wolf tends to be the most commonly used
Canis lupus, because it's the same species as the dog.
in these crossings, primarily due to its close genetic relationship with domestic dogs,
Them being the same species and therefore not a hybrid.
making it easier to achieve successful hybrid offspring.
Because they're not hybrid offspring. They're just Canis lupus puppies.
One notable characteristic of these wolf-dog hybrids is their size, which can vary depending on the proportion of wolf genetic material present. In general, hybrids with a higher percentage of wolf DNA tend to be larger, sometimes even surpassing the size of most domestic dogs. As the genetic distance from domestic dog traits increases, these hybrids may display more wolf-like behaviors and characteristics.
Because your dog will never grow up. Your dog never grows past the stage where it is a juvenile vying for your approval all the time. Your dog will never get past that. Your wolf, or your hybrid wolf, does go through puberty where it develops a adult personality. Now, how it relates to you with that adult personality is subjective, but your wolf will grow up and your dog never will. Your dog will always be adolescent at the most mature. Even in old age, they have adolescent behavior. So they're very very childlike in their behavior, very neonatic, which is common for all domestic animals, because in the wild, it's a vying for a dominant position in the group. Whereas when we're domesticating organisms, we tend to pick the lower rungs, the individuals that are less domineering, the individuals that have less leadership personalities. We want pliable animals for our domestic animals. So we do like the opposite of what nature does. That's why your dog will always be immature and submissive, whereas wild wolves will grow into an adult with a lot of independent personality and making adult decisions for itself that may not actually be in its best interest, but they're adult decisions like, should I rip this guy's throat out and try to get out that gate?
Caring for a wolf-dog hybrid requires a distinct approach from that of typical domestic dogs. Due to their carnivorous nature, they necessitate an exclusive diet that meets their specific nutritional needs. This might include a diet rich in raw meat and other essential nutrients that sustain their natural tendencies as carnivores. Consequently, keeping them as pets or companions requires a thorough understanding of their dietary requirements and commitment to providing appropriate nutrition. Another aspect to consider is their behavior. While some wolf-dog hybrids may exhibit friendly and docile traits, many retain a more reserved and independent nature, similar to their wild wolf ancestors. This temperament can make training and socialization more challenging, requiring experienced and patient owners who understand their unique needs. Number 19, Beefalo. Beefalos are fascinating hybrid animals resulting from the...
All right, so this should be the first hybrid on the list, because what we just talked about was not a hybrid, but a beefalo is definitely a hybrid. Not made by scientists, though, just made by cattle breeders.
Crossbreeding of domestic cows and American bison, also known as buffalo. This unique combination was first attempted in the late 19th century to harness the ruggedness of bison and the excellent meat production of domestic cattle. The desired goal was indeed achieved, as beefalos possess a stocky build and can be quite substantial, weighing up to an impressive 1,000 kilograms. Their appearance stands out with the characteristic bison hump on their shoulders and a dense coat. Being a hybrid, beefalos inherit traits from both...
Those are beefalos. Everything else they've showed so far is just bison. So Make no mistake, all the images they've shown so far, except for this one right here, is of bison. These are beefalo. Notice they're distinct, not having the mane and not having the bulge on their nose quite so pronounced as you see in a bison. These are very distinct animals.
Their parent species, leading to variations in coat color and horn size based on their specific breeding. Despite the combination, they typically appear slightly shorter than regular cows, presenting a striking blend of features from both species. One notable advantage of beefalos is their fertility right from the beginning, allowing them to reproduce naturally. Additionally, they have inherited some fantastic traits from bison, such as increased resistance to
That's because Boss Bison and Boss Taurus are very closely related.
Diseases and parasites. This enhanced resilience makes them well suited to endure harsh weather conditions and consume lower quality forage, making them an eco-friendly and sustainable choice for meat production. The success of this hybridization showcases the best of both worlds, with beefalos offering excellent meat quality while adapting well to various...
Has anyone seen the videos where tourist was bothering the bison and got her pants ripped off? Yes, I've seen lots of videos of tourists bothering bisons. I thought about doing a compilation of them just to say, hey, this is what happens when you mess with wildlife. Maybe people running from bears and getting gored by bison and stuff. That might be fun. Let's see. My friend Blue had a wolf German Shepherd mix. The county put him down for killing sheep. Yeah, it's hard to defeat that natural instinct of the wolf once they mature. They want to hunt. The littlest hobo was a particularly mature dog. Yeah, some dogs can be mature for a dog, but they weren't mature for a wolf, if you get my meaning. Nah, they just need a roof to howl at the moon on when their mood strikes. You think so? Malamutes are so big they have to work up a bark, and when it hits, it's like, whoa. Is it like my transition to the guy singing about Jeff the talking mongoose? Because that was loud. I apologize. Anyone see that? Oh yeah, we saw that. God, I'm going to snap on the OnlyFans website right now, I swear. Someone subscribed to mine, and I had mine temporarily shut down. And it's weird that someone subscribed to it. So that's weird. Yeah. If you're having problems with them too, maybe it's something internal. I can't get logged into mine because I got it temporarily closed down. I haven't seen that one, but a lot of tourists are idiots. Absolutely. I did, Native. Saw a few tossed here and there too. Yeah. I used to be you could get beefalo in Buffalo, Ohio. Oh my gosh, that was a hard to say. OnlyFans has a registered nurse. It seems like you need to vent, Sumami. Yeah. Vent away. We're talking about beefalos right now. We're about done and moving on to the next one.
Various environmental challenges. However, despite these benefits, some people express concerns and disapproval regarding the breeding of these animals, as they are raised primarily for eventual slaughter, which raises ethical...
Isn't all beef cattle raised for slaughter, though? I mean, you can't really raise the same argument against beefalo without raising the same argument against domestic cattle in general, which I'm here for. Make the argument, but don't say, oh, well, beefalo are different because of this X factor, when all domestic cattle suffers the same.
Ethical considerations. Number 18, liger. It's true that while the mythical liger became popular in pop culture through movies like Napoleon Dynamite...
Homie, I've known about the liger since I was like 7. Not everybody's learning about this stuff through Napoleon Dynamite. I don't know. Maybe you guys did. Maybe you didn't. Maybe you knew about them before. I'd actually seen a liger before Napoleon Dynamite was ever shot. When I was a kid, we went to one of those cheap, icky drive-through zoos, and they had ligers. And they had white tigers too. They had one white tiger with like a bulldog face from being so inbred. Sad. Just sad.
Scientists knew that ligers are indeed real. They are one of the most well-known hybrid animals, resulting from the mating of a male lion with a female tiger. However, you won't find them roaming...
It's because the growth inhibiting genes are missing. The growth inhibiting genes in the lions are in the female, and female tigers don't have that because they got to get big too to be able to take down large animals by themselves, whereas the male lions just have to be big to fight other male lions, while the female lions generally take down the prey. So the male lions have no growth inhibiting genes whatsoever. The female lions do. Female tigers do not. So when you mix a male lion and a female tiger, what do you get?
The savanna in the wild.
Giant.
They only exist in zoos and sanctuaries where they've been bred. Ligers are unique in that they grow much larger than either of their parent species, and this is a result of a condition called gigantism. As a result, ligers can weigh around 1,000 pounds, which is too much for their bodies to adequately support.
Yeah, it's like the size of a bear, but not with the bone structure of a bear to actually allow them to be efficient. Yeah.
This leads to a sad existence for them, as they often suffer from health problems due to their excessive weight, putting a strain on their organs and heart. Consequently, seeing a liger running around, even within an enclosure, is rare, as their health issues limit their mobility. While the idea of ligers may seem fascinating on paper, the reality is that their gigantism affects their overall well-being, and many of them die at a young age.
That's what gigantism in any species too. If an animal is suffering with gigantism, they're not living their best life. They're struggling with joint pain, and their organs are working harder than anybody's organs should be to keep their blood pumping and their juices flowing. So it's a rough ride all around for somebody dealing with this, and ligers are no different. Now a tigon is smaller. The cool thing about a tigon is that they can have they generally can have manes, whereas ligers usually don't have a mane. They might have a little scruffle of a mane.
Age due to health complications. Despite these difficulties, ligers are fertile, and though uncommon, they can mate with other ligers, tigers, and lions. However, the offspring from these interbreedings may pose additional concerns due to their mixed genetic makeup. Number 17, zonkey. A zonkey is a type of zebroid, which is a term used for hybrids resulting from the mating of a zebra with another equine species.
This is another one that actually is a true hybrid. So we got, so far, we had 3 out of 4. So they're doing better than I thought they were going to do at this point. 3 out of 4 of these are actual real hybrids.
Such as a horse or a donkey. The zonkey in particular comes from a male zebra mating with a female donkey, while the reverse pairing, a male donkey with a female zebra, creates a Z-donk. Zonkeys typically exhibit the body shape and build of a donkey, adorned with the distinctive zebra stripes on their coat, particularly on their legs.
Well, zebras have kind of the build of a donkey, though. Zebras and donkeys are very closely related genetically, and and in their natural habitats, at least some species of donkeys, they fill the same niche. I think there are species of zebra that are closer related to donkeys than they are to other species of zebra.
And sometimes on their body and head. In terms of size, zonkeys can vary, with shoulder heights ranging between 1.2 and 1.5 meters, depending on the breed of donkey involved in the cross. Due to their zebra ancestry, they can be somewhat trickier to handle compared to typical domesticated donkeys.
And you're going to run into the same problem we talked about with the wolves and dogs there, that zebras are not good at. They have not been domesticated. No one's put the time in with zebras to domesticate them to serve the same functions as a donkey serves.
Their wild temperament inherited from zebras presents some challenges, but with proper training and handling, zonkeys can become safe and manageable for domestic purposes. Bred primarily for their unique and striking appearance, zonkeys can also serve as work animals in certain cases. However, their temperament may require extra attention during training to ensure they are well-behaved and cooperative. Number 16, hinny. The Hinny is a fascinating hybrid animal resulting from the mating of a female donkey with a male.
All right, so we're sticking with the equid hybrids right now, and we're doing good on them because these are all hybrids, right? But I mean, mules and Hinnies are like the most common hybrids I can think of.
Horse. It is essentially the opposite of a mule and appears much smaller than its well-known cousin. Despite its size, the Hinny is surprisingly strong, thanks to its tough legs, making it a valuable pack animal capable of carrying more weight than
And Hinnies are also super cute.
expected. Unlike the mule, the Hinny has the advantage of being visually more appealing with a better overall appearance. It combines beauty with brawn, making it an attractive and robust hybrid. While it may not be the most...
I'll open my OnlyFans back up sometime, I'm sure. I'm just trying to work on some personal stuff first before I do. So if somebody's interested in that, it's not going to be before the new year, though, that I start putting out content again.
Intelligent animal, Hinny knows how to get the job done efficiently. The reason for the distinction between mules and Hinnies lies in the dominant traits of the mother. When a female horse mates with a male donkey, the resulting offspring is a mule because horses typically pass on their size-determining genes, making the mule larger in stature. However, when the
very similar to how that happens in the situation with the tigers and the lions passing on the size
opposite
gene.
pairing occurs with a female donkey and a male horse, the resulting hybrid, the Hinny, is smaller because the donkey's genes influence its size. Number 15.
Yeah, it depends on where those size genes are. Now, I mean, obviously it's the same with any species hybridizing, but there can be dwarfism too. There's if you cross a leopard with a puma, you get a dwarf. I don't think they're on the list though, but there are some other big cats on this list coming up. So this next one is not a hybrid.
Green sea slug.
Not a hybrid.
The green sea slug is undeniably one of the most extraordinary hybrid animals, securing the 15th
No, it's not a hybrid.
spot on the list. This peculiar creature stands out because it incorporates genetic material from the algae it consumes into its own DNA.
Through horizontal gene transfer, not hybridization. What are you even talking about? What are you talking about here?
Making it quite unique in the animal kingdom. As it feeds on plants, the slug uses photosynthesis to generate its nutrients, resulting in its vivid green coloration and earning it the name emerald green Elysia among scientists. Unlike typical hybrid animals that are the result of the mating of two different species,
unlike hybrid animals, which are hybrid animals that are hybrids, this thing is not a hybrid. This is a species that through ancestral horizontal gene transfer has incorporated certain elements of the DNA of another organism in order to help sustain its metabolism.
the green sea slug is essentially a combination of everything it consumes. This remarkable ability allows it to appear like a large green plant as it floats in the ocean. The process by which the slug achieves this feat still baffles scientists, and ongoing research aims to unravel the mysteries behind this fascinating phenomenon. The green sea slug's capability of gene transfer from algae to itself is an exceptional and rare occurrence in the animal kingdom.
Which is not hybridization, as this video said it was about hybrids.
This remarkable adaptation sets it apart from other creatures and continues to intrigue scientists worldwide. If you ever find yourself near shallow tidal areas, marshes, or creeks, and spot bright green leaves floating in the water, there's a chance it might not be a plant after all. It could very well be a green sea slug cleverly disguising itself in plain sight, showcasing nature's ingenuity and complexity.
And not a hybrid.
Number 14, growler bear. Encountering a growler bear while camping can be an immensely nerve-wracking experience. These massive and formidable creatures are a hybrid between a grizzly bear and a polar bear, making them even more unpredictable and...
And what frickin' scientists do you think made this? The title of your video is 20 hybrid animals created by scientists you won't believe exist. What scientist threw together the growler bear? Do you think there's some mad scientist in the Yukon, like with a secret laboratory, splicing the genes of grizzly bear and a polar bear, or even breeding them in cages. Do you think that that's happening? No, these animals are interacting in the wild naturally, because the polar bears, they no longer have the sea ice. They live on the coast. You know who comes to the coast when the sea ice melts? Grizzly bears. Okay, so they're both in or you could say, technically, I don't like it, but you could say that polar bears are Ursus Arctosis maritimus instead of Ursus maritimus, but they really aren't, but they are. It's hard to, if I say that they're Ursus Arctosis maritimus, I feel like it takes away from the need to protect them by calling polar bears a subspecies of brown bear, but they really are. They really are. They're Ursus Arctosis maritimus. You won't see that a lot because for conservation reasons, it's important to keep them as listed as Ursus maritimus specifically. For conservation reasons specifically, but not because that's what they are genetically.
Dangerous. The growler bear, a product of these two bear species crossing paths, is a sobering reminder of the impact of climate change on wildlife. The rise of the growler bear sightings can be attributed to the shifting landscapes caused by...
I will say I like growler bear better than Pizzly bear. I could do a poll on that too. Let's see who likes growler bear and who likes Pizzly bear better. Let's see. Start a poll. Which is better? Growler, Pizzly. So you guys tell me with your votes.
Climate change. As the Arctic regions shrink due to rising temperatures, polar bears are venturing southward in search of new territories and resources. In their quest for survival, they increasingly overlap with grizzly bear habitats, leading to the potential for hybridization.
Now that's a
the
brown
sad
bear.
reality is that these animals are facing significant challenges as their traditional with grizzly bear habitats, leading...
What is the point in putting this brown bear, or sorry, this black bear in the middle of this? The black bear has nothing to do with this hybridization. This black bear is like, hey, I'm just trying to do black bear stuff. And you're like, nope, we're talking about growler bears. So we are going to need a picture of you. And he's like, why? But you can see on his face, he's confused about why they're taking this picture. Maybe you can't because I got the thing too big. Hold on, let me adjust the size on that because I think we can do better than that. Yeah, let's do it like this. There you go. It doesn't need to be that big. All right, there we go.
To the potential for hybridization. The sad reality is that these animals are facing significant challenges as their traditional habitats are rapidly changing. The consequences of these hybrid sightings extend beyond the immediate danger they...
That's not a growler bear there either. That's just a brown bear.
...pose to campers and hunters. They reflect the larger ecological implications of climate change and how it disrupts the delicate balance of ecosystems. The encroachment of polar bears into grizzly bear territory can result in competition for food and resources, affecting the natural balance of both species. As reports of growler bear sightings become more common, wildlife experts and conservationists are closely monitoring the situation. Understanding the behavior and habitat preferences of these hybrids is crucial for their conservation.
Well, they're going to probably be a border species, right? You left the Yukon in the 1970s? I didn't know you'd been to the Yukon, Brian.
Conservation efforts are also being intensified to address the root causes of their hybridization, such as promoting sustainable practices to mitigate the effects of climate change. Number 13, human pink hybrid. The creation of chimeras, organisms with cells from two different species, such as pigs with a few human cells, has indeed been a highly controversial topic.
See, this is the stuff that's good. This is where we need to be going right here. This is probably my favorite one on here. It's not really, I mean, I guess it could be, you could call it a hybrid, but there's no fertilization of a pig embryo with a human of a pig's egg with a human sperm, or vice versa. That doesn't happen in this experiment. They just add some genes to the piggy that are human, so that they produce viable organs for us.
In this case, the purpose behind creating such chimeras was to explore the possibility of growing human organs for transplantation, aiming to overcome the challenges of organ shortages and reliance on human donors. Pigs were considered an ideal.
Man, ain't nobody liked the Pizzly Bear. I can end this poll right now. 100% growler bear. Yeah, I don't know who would have even thought to call it a Pizzly Bear. That sounds ridiculous.
Ideal choice for this endeavor since their organs are biologically similar to ours. The U.S. research team's efforts resulted in the creation of a record 186 chimera embryos, and to their surprise, some of these embryos managed to survive to term. However, despite their persistence, the overall outcome was far from successful. The ratio of human cells to pig cells in these chimeras was extremely low, with just one human cell for every 100,000 pig cells. This disproportion could lead to guaranteed rejection if organs were to be produced from these chimeras.
Oh, the science is in its infancy, though. We can work on getting higher and higher ratios of human to pig cells in these embryos in order to get viable stem cells to build, whatever. We don't have to let them. They don't have to be able to develop into an organism, right? Matter of fact, that should never be the goal. Is to actually allow these things to develop into embryos or into fetuses even. The idea should be to get them while their stem cells are viable, to harvest the stem cells to build organs for people waiting for organs on those donor lists.
For transplantation. The ethical implications and scientific challenges surrounding chimeras have sparked extensive debates in the scientific community and beyond. While the idea of growing human organs in animals might offer a potential solution to organ transplantation issues, concerns about the implications of mixing human and animal cells and the potential for unforeseen consequences raise important ethical considerations. Number 12, human monkey.
It's what's his name? Is Don Giamatti? Is from Planet of the Apes. You can tell by his eyes. Paul Giamatti. I can't believe I said his last. Sorry, Mr. Giamatti. I appreciate you. You're an amazing actor. Always great in your roles, including this one, which was a terrible movie, but you were good in it. He had something that came out just a couple months ago that was really good too, and I can't remember what the name of it was.
Key hybrid. Scientists have explored the idea of chimeras in macaque monkeys as a potential avenue for organ transplantation research. Macaque monkeys are considered more ideal candidates than pigs due to their closer genetic relationship to humans. In a joint project led by American and Chinese researchers, 25 human cells were injected into monkey embryos. Remarkably, after a few days, over one...
Again, this is not actual hybridization per se, as in creating a organism that's half and half. This is just like what we saw with the pigs, putting the cells into them, putting the human genetic traits into them to try to create viable organs for transplant.
130 of the embryos showed evidence of human cells growing within them. Even more intriguing was the fact that some of these human cells remained alive even 20 days later, providing researchers with valuable data to study the interaction between human cells and animal cells. Understanding the interaction between human and animal cells in these chimeric embryos is a crucial step in the pursuit of growing organs that can potentially save lives through transplantation. This research opens up new possibilities and challenges in the field of genetic engineering and transplantation science, with the hope of eventually overcoming organ shortages and improving the lives of patients in need of life-saving procedures. Number 11, jag lion.
See, isn't it so weird to see, like, oh yeah, we're going to do two... We're going to do two animals that we're doing for medical research to create human organs, and then we're going to sandwich that between some big cats. Because wasn't there like we have, we're getting to the jaguline here. Oh, growler bears. But yeah, between the growler bear and the jaguline, we're going to have the human hybrids on the cellular level, genomic mixing. Yeah, cross mixing genomes is a better term for it. I agree, Brian Stevens.
Juglans, or legwar, is a captivating hybrid creature whose parentage is explicitly indicated in its name, a combination of a jaguar and a lion. However, successful crossbreeding requires precise sex selection, with a male jaguar and a female lion being the essential pairing. Any deviation in the sexes results in an entirely different animal known as...
So that's Jazeera and Tsunami. It's Tsunami is the other one. Not Sumami. Sumami's my moderator. Jazeera and Tsunami are the names of these two. And I believe that Jazeera has, maybe Tsunami passed away, and Jazeera's the last jaguline known on the face of the earth. That's the black one. So the orange one here, she passed away.
As a leg war, a rarity found in just a few specimens around the world. The juglans bear fascinating characteristics inherited from both its jaguar and lion ancestry. Resembling its jaguar side, the hybrid is generally stocky in build, and its coat exhibits beautiful rose-like markings,
Tsunami?
a distinctive feature of the jaguar. However, the spots on the juglan's coat may not be as prominent due to the influence of the lion's genes, which lend a brownish appearance to their pattern. Interestingly, the coat of the
I love Jazeera and Tsunami, though. They're so beautiful. I don't approve of breeding lion and jaguar hybrids, but no one could deny that they created some gorgeous creatures by doing so.
The juglans can also vary depending on genetics. Some individuals may display a dark gray coat with black spots, a result of inheriting the dominant melanism gene from the jaguar. The juglans exemplify the wonders of nature and showcase the incredible possibilities of
You keep saying it like juggalins, like juggalo. I don't like that. It's jag lions.
Crossbreeding between different species. This unique hybrid serves as a testament to the intricacies of genetics and the fascinating world of animal variations. Number 10. Hump-less camel. Hump-less camels, also known as cameras, are a fascinating hybrid animal resulting from the breeding of a camel with a llama. Surprisingly, camels and llamas are not too far apart in their gene pool, making the creation...
Yeah, I know it is surprising because they're separated by the Pacific Ocean. Llamas live in the Andes of South America, and camels live in the Asian steppe lands. So having them be so genetically similar that we can produce... Now, obviously, these guys can't produce hybrids through like regular mating due to the size difference. Camels weigh 8 times as much as a llama, so it's not viable to mate them, but you can artificially inseminate a camel with a llama.
Of this hybrid animal relatively achievable compared to other hybrids. One striking feature of hump-less camels is their missing hump, which sets them apart from their camel ancestors. Instead, they inherit the soft and luxurious coat of llamas, giving them an extra soft and fluffy appearance. While not as large as camels, adult hump-less camels can weigh up to 6 times as much as a llama. As a hybrid, hump-less camels cannot be found in the wild, as they can only be
smaller than a slightly smaller than a camel, but still way bigger than a llama. 6 times bigger than a llama, where a camel is 8 times bigger than a llama.
Created through artificial insemination due to the geographic and behavioral differences between camels and llamas. Naturally, camels and llamas inhabit distinct regions that don't overlap, making natural breeding impossible. The very first recorded hump-less camel was bred in 1998 with the specific goal of producing an animal with more wool compared to a regular llama due to its larger size and more cooperative temperament. The desire to combine the beneficial traits of both camels and llamas led to the production of 5 more cameras in just 10 years after the initial creation. Number 9. Leopon.
They look so weird, though, don't they? Oh, here we're going to talk about leopons. More cats. This is an actual hybrid too. So far we've had, well, the first one wasn't a hybrid. The wolf dog wasn't a hybrid. The beefalo was, liger was, zonkey was, henny was. The green sea slug was not. Growler bear really isn't, but is because conservation status. Is a polar bear a subspecies of brown bears? Well, yes, but we don't call it that because for reasons. And then we had the human pig hybrid, not a hybrid. Monkey, not a hybrid. This was a hybrid, the camel llama. And leopon's a real hybrid. So, not too bad so far.
The leopon, resulting from the crossbreeding of a male leopard and a lioness, is a truly captivating and unique hybrid with a striking appearance. Combining traits from both parent species, the leopon exhibits a well-proportioned muscular build that exudes majesty. Its fur is typically golden or reddish, adorned with the beautiful rosettes characteristic of male leopards. Moreover, they possess a distinct mane, although...
Rosettes of male leopards. Both males and female leopards have beautiful rosettes. What the heck are you talking about?
Not as full as that of lions. The history of leopons traces back to as early as 1859 in India. Like leopards, they share a fondness for climbing and are not averse to getting wet. While male leopons can grow to be as large as lions, they maintain their sleek, leopard-like legs, adding to their unique appearance. However, the hybridization process can be complex, and successful breeding between leopards and lions doesn't always occur easily. The genetic differences between the parent species can lead to health issues and reproductive challenges for leopons. Due to the rarity of leopons, they are only found in a few wildlife and exotic animal sanctuaries, where they are cared for and appreciated for their...
That's a snow leopard, not related to a leopon or a leopard or a lion. This is a completely different species, Panthera oncea. from the Himalayas, not related to leoponds whatsoever.
Exceptional beauty and distinctive characteristics.
That's a leopard, I think. Yeah, it looks like a leopard. They're a little bit smaller than
Their existence exemplifies the wonders of the animal kingdom and serves as a reminder of the complexities and surprises nature has to offer.
I think that's Photoshop.
Number 8.
Though.
Glowfish. Glowfish, as its name suggests, is renowned for its striking glow, making it a popular choice in aquariums
Not a hybrid.
worldwide. Interestingly, they were created with a different purpose in mind as pollution detectors. By crossing various fish species like zebrafish, tetra tiger barbs, and rainbow shark, scientists intended for these pet fish to glow in the presence of certain toxins, acting as indicators of environmental pollution. However, the glowfish turned out to be too captivating and visually stunning to solely serve as pollution detectors. Their vivid colors and radiant glow captured the attention of aquarium enthusiasts, leading to their widespread popularity as ornamental animals rather than pollution monitors. Today, they are widely sold as exotic and captivating additions to aquariums, admired for their vibrant colors and mesmerizing glow. Glowfish comes in a delightful array of colors, including pink, green, orange, red, blue, and purple. Their vivid hue.
I've had plenty of glowfish in my day. We actually have a glowfish aquarium right now. There's nobody living in it. I was thinking about getting some aquatic frogs. But before we move on from this, I just wanted to talk about this real quick. Because we got the glow-in-the-dark kitties. We're going to get to this just a second here. Let me clear my throat. All right, so glow-in-the-dark cats. This is super awesome. Everyone knows the internet is for cats. Nothing else, just cats. Cats are fun, cats are cute, and cats have the ability to improve the quality of any day. I mean, just look at this guy. It's got this cute cat. Do I know any jokes about sodium? Nah. Kitty cat. Your day is better already. But wait, aside from chemistry puns, can cats make any important contributions to science? Yes, they do, and in a big way. The Mayo Clinic is now using felines as test subjects to research AIDS, an immunological disease. And while this sounds pretty cool, it gets even better. These cats glow in the dark. Bioluminescence, the ability to emit light, occurs naturally in organisms like jellyfish, insects, and fungi. Please note this group does not include cats. In 1961, Osamu Shimomura, a Boston University graduate and Nobel Prize winner, and his colleagues Martin Chalfay and Roger Y. Tissine, isolated the protein responsible for bioluminescence in jellyfish, or in the jellyfish species, Aquaria victoria. What a pretty name. This protein is called green fluorescent protein, GFP. A bioluminescent organism can genetically modify to emit light if the DNA sequence encoding for GFP is incorporated into its genome. When scientists want to incorporate a specific DNA sequence into an organism for research, it is difficult to determine if the sequence has properly integrated. To be sure the DNA sequence is functional within the organism, the GFP gene is inserted into the organism's genome at the same time as the DNA sequence to be researched. If the organism is bioluminescent, the specific DNA sequence has properly integrated into the genome. The fluorescence thus acts as a tag for successful integration, allowing easy identification of the modified organism. At first, bioluminescence tags were only used in single-celled organisms. Now, scientists use proteins in multi-cell organisms like cats. In this case, the cats that are tagged with the glowing GFP protein also successfully produce a protein that protects them against the feline immunodeficiency virus, FIV. FIV is the virus that causes feline AIDS and is comparable to the human immunodeficiency virus, HIV, and the AIDS epidemic. Because of this, the research involving FIV may also be applied to humans, helping both species in their struggle against AIDS. Several other experiments must be completed before we know the benefits of this research, But the results so far are promising. Both GFP and the protective protein transfer through natural productive processes, promising at least two things. FIV and AIDS research will continue to test the effectiveness of this protein. If the protein proves effective, the transferable nature of the gene may be applied to the whole population of domestic cats. This may then be modified and applied to humans. As research continues, there will be more glowing cats, so everyone wins. So I just wanted to talk about that real quick, because glowing cats are the tits.
And bioluminescence create a dazzling spectacle in aquatic environments, delighting both hobbyists and casual observers alike. The success of glowfish highlights the wonders of genetic engineering and how scientific advancements can lead to unexpected and awe-inspiring outcomes. While their original purpose may have shifted, these captivating fish continue to be a living testament to the marvels of nature and human ingenuity. Number 7. Belgian blue. In the 19th century, the UK sent special bulls to Belgium to enhance their cattle population.
Also not a hybrid. So far, not a hybrid. The helpless camels were a hybrid. The glowfish were not a hybrid. And now the Belgian blue is also not a hybrid.
These bulls intermingled with the local cattle, leading to the emergence of the Belgian blue breed. These cattle possess an extraordinary development of musculature, particularly in the hindquarters, granting them a broad and powerful appearance. The breed's unique muscularity can be attributed to a natural mutation known as double muscling, which causes an increase in muscle size and a reduction in fat deposition. Consequently, the Belgian blue cattle boast...
You want some Belgian blue butt cheeks? That's what the world's all about. Al Trucker's getting stinged out here. Why are you getting stinged for?
A remarkably lean meat composition. However, the double muscling trait can also pose challenges during calving. The calves born from Belgian blue cows can be larger and more challenging to deliver, necessitating careful breeding and management practices to ensure the health and well-being of both the cows and their offspring. Number 6. Spider goats. Spider goats are a fascinating and real addition to the world.
Just for the record, though, this is not a feature of spider goats. This is just goats doing goat stuff. Goats crawl on walls. Goats climb walls. They climb brick walls. Goats are super excellent climbers. They live in rocky landscapes, and it's kind of their thing is doing just this right here, what you see.
Of living oddities, thanks to advancements in science and genetic engineering. These goats have had their DNA spliced with the golden orb spider, enabling them to produce milk that contains spider silk. The silk extracted from this milk is incredibly strong and versatile, finding applications in various industries, from parachutes and fishing lines to body armor. These spider goats are a testament to the wonders of genetic engineering and the potential for creating extraordinary materials with the help of nature.
These are as much hybrids as the human pig hybrids and the human monkey hybrids they talked about earlier.
Nature's building blocks. However, you won't find silk milk from these goats on the shelves of your local grocery store, as they are strictly bred and farmed for scientific purposes. The University of Utah is one of the institutions involved in the research and development of spider goats, and they are proud to showcase these amazing creatures during their guided tours. Witnessing these real-life spider goats,
again, the ones crawling on the walls, not spider goat powers, just regular goats,
is a testament to human ingenuity and how scientific advancements can unlock the potential of combining different species' traits for practical applications. As with any scientific breakthrough, it is essential to exercise great responsibility and ethical considerations in exploring and utilizing such advancements. Spider goats exemplify the importance of using newfound capabilities for the betterment of society while respecting the welfare of the animals involved. Now it's time for today's subscriber pick. We are calling all curious minds and cryptozoology enthusiasts. Feast your eyes on this captivating image we stumbled upon.
Okay. Looks like definitely AI. Be like a beetle cow hybrid.
A snapshot that beckons us to unearth the secrets of a creature that appears to have emerged from the realms of legend. With grand proportions, akin to a towering forest monster, yet sporting an unexpected and whimsical twist. Its mesmerizing body shimmers and sparkles like a celestial gem. Definitely an exoskeletal animal. I would think of a giant insect or an alien at first glance. Now you should be wondering, what exactly is this creature? And where does it hail from? Share your insights, hypotheses, and why.
It hails from the land of Midjourney.
Wild speculations in the comments below. Together, let's embark on a thrilling journey of imagination and investigation, where every idea and theory is welcome and no possibility is too extraordinary. Number 5.Dzo. The dzos is a fascinating result of intentional breeding aimed at combining the advantageous qualities of domestic cows and male yaks. Through this crossbreeding, farmers sought to create an animal that could thrive in rugged mountainous environments while providing valuable
This is a hybrid.
resources like milk and meat. Dzos possess a stocky build, slightly shorter than regular cows but larger than yaks. Their dense and shaggy coat serves as excellent protection against the cold in chilly mountain regions. Weighing around 400 to 600 kilograms, dzos are well adapted to high altitudes and low oxygen levels, making them resilient in challenging terrains. The success of their breeding is evident in their existence throughout history. Dizo breeds have been present for centuries in regions like Central Asia and the Himalayas.
He changed the way he says it. It was Zo, and now he's saying Dizo. Dizo? Or Zo. I think it's just Zo, but yeah, there's just a cattle hybrid.
Where they have been utilized for their strength and stamina, making life more manageable for those living in mountainous areas. Number 4. Savannah cat. The Savannah cat has become a beloved and sought-after exotic pet, resulting from the crossbreeding of a domestic cat and the African serval, a wild cat native to sub-Saharan countries. This fascinating hybrid retains traces of its several heritage, evident in its long neck, big ears, and generally lean build. It holds...
And they have different behavioral characteristics from domestic cats, too. They have sort of a almost like a cated disposition to their
the title of the largest domestic cat, with some individuals weighing up to 24 pounds or even more, particularly in first-generation hybrids. These striking qualities contribute to the cat's allure, and it's no surprise that a Savannah cat kitten can fetch prices as high as $20,000. One of the appealing aspects of the Savannah cat is that owners don't have to deal with the wild traits of
yeah, I know you're a robot, but come on, someone could have proved this.
The African serval. Instead, the hybrid typically exhibits a loving and sociable temperament, akin to any other domestic cat. This makes them an excellent choice for those who desire an exotic-looking pet without sacrificing the affectionate companionship commonly associated with domestic cats. As with any exotic pet, owning a Savannah cat requires responsible ownership and understanding their specific needs and care requirements. It's crucial to ensure the well-being and happiness of these unique and beautiful feline companions. The popularity of Savannah cats underscores the fascination humans have with hybrid animals and the diverse possibilities that arise from crossbreeding between different species. Number 3.
I don't want a Savannah cat, but I do want a serval. Servals are so pretty.
Blood parrot. Cichlid fish. Blood parrot
This one's kind of sad. I feel sad for blood parrot cichlids.
Cichlids are indeed a unique and controversial hybrid fish, selectively bred within the aquarium hobby. They are believed to be a crossbreed between the Midas cichlid and the redhead cichlid. These fish are cherished for their vibrant colors and distinctive appearance, but they also face criticism and controversy due to a significant deformity resulting from the breeding process. One of the major issues with blood parrot cichlids is their tiny mouth, which makes it challenging for them to consume the necessary food for survival. This deformity is seen as a consequence of the crossbreeding process, and it highlights the
their mouths are too small to eat the kind of stuff they like to eat. It's really sad.
Potential negative effects and challenges associated with hybridization. Critics and activists within the fish-keeping community have expressed concerns about the welfare of these fish, and they have been advocating against the breeding and sale of the blood parrot cichlid. However, despite these efforts, many of these hybrid fish are still available and commonly kept in aquariums. The controversy surrounding blood parrot cichlids underscores the need...
I wonder if you could breed a bigger mouth into them, though, over generations, by selecting for the ones with the biggest mouths. How many generations do you think it would take to get a big enough mouth to be applicable
for responsible breeding practices and ethical considerations in the world of pet and aquarium fish? Number 2. Killer bees. Killer bees, also known as Africanized honeybees, are indeed a unique and noteworthy hybrid among bee species. Compared to other hybrids, they stand several levels above the norm in terms of their aggressive behavior and defensive tendencies.
Yeah, this was a big mistake that they made trying to crossbreed or hybridize bees, because now you got these bees that produce like tons of honey and take over and dominate non-hybridized versions of themselves because of their aggression, and they're able to take over the non-hybridized bees colonies, and they're aggressive towards beekeeping, so they're bad for honey production.
While most bee species may show defensive behavior when they feel threatened, killer bees take it up a notch. They are easily aggravated and prone to attacking in larger numbers, leading to a higher average number of stings during an encounter. Moreover, they are known to pursue perceived threats over a considerable distance, which can be surprising and alarming for those in their vicinity. The aggression observed in killer bees is not commonly seen in the western honeybee, which is more commonly encountered. Instead, it stems from the crossing of two species, the East African lowland honeybee and the western honeybee. This hybridization resulted in the emergence of more aggressive killer bees. Number 1. Turtlefish. The turtlefish is a fascinating and unexpected outcome of a scientific breeding program which can be considered a happy accident.
This is amazing. This is my favorite hybrid, probably on this list.
Initially, a group of Hungarian researchers was working on a breeding program to bolster the numbers of the endangered Russian sturgeon. They employed a process called gynogenesis, where sperm is used, but it doesn't leave traces of its DNA. To facilitate this process, they sourced the sperm from a different species, the American paddlefish. However, during the breeding program, a mishap occurred when the Russian sturgeon's eggs were inadvertently fertilized with sperm from the American paddlefish. This accidental crossbreeding resulted in the creation of numerous turtlefish offspring. Surprisingly, many of these hybrid turtlefish survived, even though
And it is thought that these two species have been separated for, I want to say it was 30 million years. It might have been shorter than that, but they've been separated for a long time, so... The fact that they could hybridize is incredible.
Researchers had no intentions of perpetuating the hybrid species. There you go, the hybrid animals you would have never thought existed. So which of these did you think was the weirdest and why? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Also, don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you haven't. But
All right, let's see how many were actually hybrids now. Okay, so no, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 13 hybrid animals is actually what this list came up with. Out of 20, 13 were actually hybrids. Not too bad. You could have done a lot worse. What do you guys think? Did these hybrids tickle your fancy? Do you feel like you were misled by this video? Do you feel like the information here was inadequate to describe what we were actually looking at? Let me know in the comments below. This was a really fun one for me. I love talking about hybridization and all this other genetic stuff as well. So yeah, please remember to be kind, take care, and we will see you next time.
Cloning disaster, cloning disaster. Don't wanna be killed by my clone. Cloning disaster, cloning disaster. Don't wanna be killed by my clone. Cloning disaster, cloning disaster. Don't wanna be killed by my clone.